Hello and welcome to Orchids 365. Today we are going to do part 2 of our deflasking adventures with this beautiful species Vanda. Now, if you want to wear gloves, it's optional. If you want to go ahead and wear a mask, I always remind you, whatever you feel most comfortable with. Alright, so I'm totally doing the gloves because these do seem to be in a lot more gunk than the other ones were in. I call it gunk, but you know what I mean, the gel, the stuff. Okay, so since I showed you in my first video how we cut it, we just went ahead and cut it to save time for you to watch. Now, these are really sitting in a lot of stuff, and they are delicate. Just like every seedling fresh out of the flask is delicate, they are Vandas even more, because they may not have that many roots, and you know Vandas, it's all about the roots. So I had to get one by one. See, sometimes they were stuck and there was just so much stuff. So this took a very long time. We gave it a little wobble to let it all out. And then I was trying to assess what to do. Look, this one has a big old root. And how to go about. So what I decided to do, because of the amount of gel I was sitting in, I started two piles. Like I would have a pile of the ones that I would clean, and then have a pile of the ones that were still sitting in the stuff, and then I would go ahead and separate them. Now this took me, I would like to say about an hour, just because you don't want to be in a hurry, because you don't want to yank one of those brand new roots that could affect the growth or the success of the plant immensely. So like I said in my first video, you want to set aside a window of time where, it could be anywhere from 1 to 3 hours, depending on how many flasks you're opening, what you are opening. And yeah, pretty much take your time. After I'm removing all of these, some of them came out easier, some of them were stuck. I try to take out as much as I could with my hands, and pretty much what I'm doing right now is I'm making a pile. On one side, on my right, I'm putting all the ones that I removed, and then on my left, I'm leaving all the stuff. Look at those roots. Oh my goodness. Wow, this is exciting. Sorry, I lose my train of thought when I get excited, because we're seeing these brand new baby Vandas come to life. It's amazing. It's not something you get to experience every day. And I've been growing for so long, and to take on these adventures, it just means a whole lot, and especially to be able to share it with you. Now, I do owe you a video from the 2022, which is the first time that I did it, and I've learned a lot since then. So I do have a few clips. They're not as long. So what I'm going to do is, after this one, I'm going to combine the unflasking from 2 years ago with the before, as I did it, and what they look like now, and things that I would do differently, which gave me the confidence to embark in 2 other flasks 2 years later. A Vanda being a new one. I decided to try the Vanda this time, and of course the Dendrobium, because you know how I am with Dendrobiums. Look, I think I pretty much got even this itty bitty one. Yeah, never assume that they will make it. Every little bitty one gets included. No orchids left behind here. So look at this. See, that's all the stuff I took out. All that yucky stuff. Oof, dude, I don't know. This is why I wear gloves, you guys. So now we're gonna go ahead and make what we call orchid soup. Follow me outside, and I already had the tray prepared with the Dithane Antifungal, and in the other video I showed you how I did it. I already had it prepared. Please be very careful. Read the label. Like I said, this is a precaution that I take because when we start the rainy season, I am growing outside, and if I don't give them some kind of fungal protection from the get-go, I feel like I'm not setting them up for success. So I'm gonna get them all in there. I'm gonna soak them for a good 10 minutes. And when the 10 minutes were up, take them out, make sure they're nice and clean. And I don't rinse them, I leave them there, because then that defies the entire purpose of sitting them in there, and it really doesn't affect them, at least in my experience. Again, I am a hobby grower, and I'm sharing with you what works for me, because I find that this process can be intimidating, and I want to show you that if I can do it, you can totally do it. Which is why I want to put out there that other video of when I started and not knowing what I was doing, honestly, but I just went for it. I did do my research, but like I said, there's so much out there, and it sometimes may be intimidating, and you have to find what works for you. And when you find what works for you, then that's it. You enjoy the ride. Now, you have to be very patient. I mean, look, I'm still trying to figure out what's going on here, and I do it one by one. It took my time. These may be too stuck together, and it's okay. I don't want to force anything. Sometimes I just let them be because they're growing in little community pots because that's best for them. So yeah, this is, ooh, look at this one. They are looking fabulous. If you find this video to be helpful, please, as you watch it, if you were to get any ads or anything, just go through them, because I think it's some kind of algorithm that YouTube has. I'm a small channel. I really like to put good stuff out there for you. I love your feedback. I love the ideas. I'm looking forward to making a lot of videos. I have a list for you this summer, so hoping to be able to bring some wonderful information to you. It looks like there's a lot in this soup, you guys. So yeah, the way you support my channel is if you watch it, you hit that like button, and you share it with anybody that may be interested in doing this. I want to give a shout out to my followers on Orchid Addicts, that they did get Flask and they went for it, and I'm so proud of them. And they actually told me that, you know, they thanked me because they were inspired by my first deflasking video, and that means a lot. And if that's exactly what I want to do, I want to be out there and I want to help people. You know, we share our experiences, we share the mistakes, what went wrong, what went right. So that right there makes me happy, and it inspires me to continue doing these kind of videos. So now I'm showing you the tray. Finally was able to clean them out. I have no idea how many I have. It may not be as much as the dendrobiums. It's okay. The more the merrier, always. And I have ones with huge roots, ones that are tiny with little roots, and that is perfectly fine. So now we're gonna get these beautiful babies back into the house and show you how I will establish them. I went ahead and I made these very similar pots, just like the ones that I made for my dendrobiums. I went ahead and custom designed them, 3D printed them, kind of like the Vanda baskets, just rectangular. So the big difference with the Vandas is they are not gonna sit in any moss, because Vandas are very susceptible to developing fungal stuff. So while they're really thirsty, at the same time, it would be a huge disservice to put them in any media. Based on my research and the people that I reached out to, all the questions, I was instructed to keep them out of media. But it's important to have them grow together, which I found pretty interesting. So I'm trying to figure out now how many to a basket. So it's kind of like a trial and error game that you play. You pretty much have to see how many you can fit in there, then see if you have room for more, go ahead and put more. So I'm going to just try to put the smaller ones together, the bigger ones together, because the smaller ones will take longer and I can probably fit more in a basket. So that's what I'm doing there. And this took me probably about another hour. It was a little easier because I wasn't putting the, you know, the moss and stuff. And now this is where they'll be growing. Now they are very sensitive to light, especially Vanda seedlings. So see that big, the shade cloth, I got a darker one. So when the noon sun hits them, it completely filters it. Here they're getting light, but that's morning light. Here are the dendrobiums, which is the babies from the first video. You can already see growth. It's incredible. It's been a couple of weeks. They're sitting in their moss. Right next to them, you have these beautiful baby Vandas growing in their baskets. Now, you do have to take into consideration they're not sitting in any media to protect them from any fungal infections. However, they will get watered once, if not twice a day. I have an irrigation system set up. So I have it running one day yes, one day no, but if I get busy, I can just go ahead and have them every day. Still, at the end of the day, since we have not gotten much rain in May, I'm gonna go outside, and if they look dry, I am going to spray them. I have a little spray bottle that I use, and I have a rain barrel, and sometimes I go ahead and just spray them with that. I need to make sure that they never dry out, because it's important for Vandas. Vandas love water, and if you're growing any Vandas, then you know. So I thank you from the bottom of my heart for joining me on this adventure. Please remember to always be kind. Grow, baby, grow.